John Carter and the Crimson Skies, the warrior's Odyssey beyond Earth. John Carter, a man of resolve and mystery, was not born into greatness but forged his path through war, loss, and discovery. His tale begins in Virginia, where he was raised among the sprawling estates and rolling hills of the pre-Civil War South. Orphaned at a young age, John grew up with an innate sense of independence, cultivating his natural courage and resourcefulness. When the Civil War erupted, John joined the Confederate Army, where his bravery on the battlefield earned him the respect of his comrades. However, the war left him disillusioned, its horrors scarring his soul and turning his gaze westward. He sought solace in the untamed frontier, where the lure of gold and adventure promised a fresh start. The Arizona wilderness and the mysterious cave. Years passed, and John Carter became known as a skilled prospector and tracker, his name whispered among those who braved the wilds of Arizona. One evening, as he explored a rugged canyon under a fiery sunset, John's keen senses alerted him to the presence of an Apache war party. Outnumbered and with no chance to escape, he took refuge in a hidden cave he had stumbled upon earlier that day. The cave was unlike any John had ever seen. Its walls glowed faintly with strange symbols, ancient and indecipherable, pulsating with a mysterious energy. The air was thick, almost alive, as though the cave itself were a portal to another realm. John, ever the adventurer, pressed deeper into its depths, his curiosity outweighing his fear. As he ventured further, he began to feel lightheaded. His limbs grew heavy, and a sudden wave of exhaustion overcame him. Collapsing to the ground, John's consciousness faded, but not into sleep. Instead, he felt his spirit being pulled away, a sensation both terrifying and exhilarating. When he opened his eyes, he was no longer in the cave. Awakening on Barsoom, Mars, John found himself lying on the surface of an alien world. The sky above was a deep crimson, the sun smaller and dimmer than Earth's. Around him stretched an endless desert of ochre sands and towering rock formations. Strangely, he felt light, as though a weight had been lifted from his body. Experimenting, he leapt into the air and found himself soaring high above the ground. The planet's weaker gravity had granted him extraordinary strength and agility. As he marveled at his surroundings, John's solitude was broken by the arrival of a group of towering green-skinned warriors. Standing over 12 feet tall, with tusks protruding from their faces and 4 arms each, the creatures exuded menace. These were the Tharks, a nomadic and warlike race native to Mars. The Tharks captured John and brought him to their city, a sprawling collection of ancient ruins repurposed into a fortress. Their leader, Tars Tarkas, was intrigued by John's strength and dexterity. Though a prisoner, John sensed a spark of nobility in Tars Tarkas, a quality rare among the ruthless Tharks. Life among the Tharks. Over the weeks that followed, John learned the ways of the Tharks. They lived by a strict code of survival, valuing strength above all else. Though they were harsh and often cruel, John earned their respect through acts of bravery. He mastered their language, a guttural tongue that took months to understand fully. John also befriended Sola, a kind-hearted Thark woman ostracized by her own people for her compassion. Sola revealed that Tars Tarkas harbored a secret. He was her father, a fact that could lead to his death if discovered. This revelation deepened John's respect for Tars Tarkas, who risked everything to protect his daughter in a society that despised weakness. Meeting Dejah Thoris. One fateful day, the Tharks captured a group of red-skinned humanoids, members of the more advanced and civilized race of Barsoom. Among them was Dejah Thoris, Princess of Helium, a city-state renowned for its scientific achievements and culture. Dejah was as fierce as she was beautiful, with an air of regal defiance that captivated John. Dejah's capture was part of a broader conflict between Helium and the militaristic city of Zodanga, which sought to conquer all of Barsoom. Her mission had been to negotiate peace, but she had been betrayed and taken prisoner. John, drawn to her bravery and intelligence, vowed to protect her. Despite the dangers, he began plotting their escape, determined to bring her back to Helium and uncover the truth behind the war. The journey across Barsoom. John's plan succeeded, and he and Dija escaped the Tharks, aided by Sola and a loyal Kalo, a Barsoomian beast resembling a massive dog named Woola. Their journey across the deserts of Barsoom was fraught with peril. They faced savage beasts, deadly sandstorms, and the pursuit of Thark warriors. During their travels, Dija shared stories of Barsoom's rich history and its dying world. The planet's atmosphere was maintained by a great machine, but it was failing, threatening all life. John listened intently, his earthborn ingenuity sparking ideas about how to repair the machine. Alliances and war. After weeks of arduous travel, the group reached Helium, where John was welcomed as a hero. His presence inspired the people of Helium, and his knowledge of the Tharks helped forge an alliance with Tars Tarkas, who had risen against the oppressive elements of his own society. Together, the united forces of Helium and the Tharks waged war against Zodanga. The battles were epic, with airships clashing in the skies and armies battling across the Crimson Plains. John's strength and tactical brilliance turned the tide of many confrontations, earning him the title Warlord of Mars, the atmospheric machine. In the final days of the war, John learned that Zodanga planned to sabotage the atmospheric machine, ensuring Barsoom's destruction if they could not rule it. Leading a daring assault, John infiltrated the machine's ancient chambers. The mechanisms were unlike anything he had ever seen, a blend of science and magic. John succeeded in stopping the sabotage, but activating the machine required a great sacrifice. As he adjusted the final lever, a blinding light consumed him. He awoke to find himself back on Earth, lying in the same cave where his journey had begun. The longing for Barsoom. Years passed, and John Carter lived a quiet life, his heart aching for the crimson skies and the love he had left behind. He documented his adventures in a journal, hoping that one day, someone would believe his tale. In his final years, John's body was found lifeless, but with a serene expression on his face. Some say his spirit returned to Barsoom, reunited with Dija Thoris to continue their adventures among the stars. The story of John Carter teaches us the importance of courage, adaptability, and the power of unity in the face of adversity. Despite being thrust into an alien world with unfamiliar challenges, John embraces his new reality, using his strengths and ingenuity to inspire hope and forge alliances among warring factions. His unwavering sense of justice and determination to protect others remind us that true heroism lies in selflessness and perseverance, even when the odds seem insurmountable. Ultimately, John Carter's journey underscores that great achievements are possible when we bridge differences, believe in ourselves, and fight for what truly matters.